kind of look like Elliot. Do you know who Elliot is?
He's talking about E.T.
I'm impressed you got that reference.
How could I not know that?
Well, he wears a red hoodie. And...
I grew up in the 80s.
All right. Well, you impress me every day.
E.T. phone home.
Anyway, fun fact, one of my friend's kids watched E.T., thought it was great, but didn't understand what the phone was. What is going on? Because we don't have phones like that anymore.
I saw a video once about like kids trying to use the rotary phones and they didn't know how to use it.
Yeah, well, it's very complicated.
Like they were given 2 minutes to figure out to make a phone call and they didn't know how to do it.
Right. Anyway, back onto the topic at hand. We have a bunch more manila. So far, the manila envelopes, I have to say, have been delivering better films.
I agree.
So I'm excited to see what's in this one. All right. IRL. What is it?
We just watched this last night.
What is it?
Respect.
Or
it is...
RESPECT?
This is a movie about the brilliantly talented Aretha Franklin.
What did you think of it?
I really enjoyed the film. I didn't know about those certain parts of her life, and it was sad. I honestly didn't know that story about her.
Was it electrifying?
I wouldn't call it electrifying. It was a great movie, though.
It was pretty good. I quite enjoyed it. It's very long, so if you're in for a long
2.5 hours?
Yeah, and it's good, but be ready for a long sit. But some great music, obviously, and some amazing acting, and a good story.
By Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah. So check out Respect. Now, how is it that we just opened it, but you've already seen it?
You got a digital copy of it?
That's right. We get digital screeners as well as mail-in screeners. All right, here we go.
I'm really hungry. I wish these came with snacks. Oh,
Look at that. We've already...
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
That is a song that she sings in the movie, in case you're not aware. Maybe the next one has a snack. Should we open one more? I don't smell anything edible, but it does seem thicker than normal. You know what that means? You know what that means?
Oh, sorry. I was distracted. That means my favorite thing. There's a screenplay.
That's right. Let's see which one it is.
And you know what that means. We're going to be doing a reading.
Ooh. So this has been on the show
Tender Bar.
a few episodes ago. This is a movie directed by George Clooney with Ben Affleck in it. So I'm going to be playing Ben Affleck.
Are you?
Well, I assume so.
Why can't I play Ben Affleck?
All right, go for it. So here we go. The deal with the scripts is I'm going to flip through and we'll pick a random page and read you that page. So here we go. Hopefully it's a good one.
Stop.
All right, here we go.
Okay, I'll play Mom.
You're Mom and I'm Young Junior. Interesting name. Exterior.
Or Young JR.
Okay.
Because what's his actual name?
Young?
JR. No, if his name is JR, this is Young JR.
That makes sense. His name's probably
or
not.
Or is it... We don't know. Yeah, see, JR. I was right. It's not Young Junior.
Potential spoiler for about a third of the way through the Tender Bar. Exterior, the house, day. Young JR is pitching a tennis ball against the garage door, aiming at a taped square. Very serious, like a pitcher on TV. Spitting, scuffling mound. Uncle Charlie watches hungover from the stoop wearing sunglasses. Mom runs out, gets past Uncle Charlie, who doesn't move for her.
What did you do in school today?
Well, we all signed a paper saying we would do our best.
Did you?
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to be best sometimes, but it's easy to do your best.
Huh?
Do you think I do my best?
And Uncle on the other side says, "Ah, Jesus.
Go to hell, Charlie.
We're all having a rough time on this planet. Don't ask him questions like that. This is a human existence, not whatever's in your brain." Then the mom kisses young JR, glares at Uncle Charlie, gets into the terrible car, and heads off. Uncle Charlie pops a Budweiser and says, "They're different. They want you to talk about shit, but what they want to talk about is never appropriate. It's about feelings, which is not productive subject. It's very hard to get into." Young Junior sits with him and says,
I have feelings.
"Of course you do. You don't fucking say it, you know? You have a drink, you punch somebody in the head, you don't have to have a conversation. All anybody wants to do, man, is just is you shit a shower, shave, and then show the fuck up. That's all you gotta do." Young Junior absorbs all this. Well, sounds like he's got a great mentor figure in this book, in this movie. What do you think of my performance?
You don't want to know.
No, I want to know.
I didn't think it was very good. You were ad-libbing a bit and incorrectly reading the lines. You were shouting. You were overacting. I would not take you on my roster.
All right.
Based on that performance.
Well,
You asked.
That's heartbreaking.
You asked.
Okay. Well, how was my little young junior? Young JR.
Okay.
Oh, so maybe you'd cast me as a young kid?
Maybe.
All right. Yes. There's still hope. Well, that is The Tender Bar. Tune in next week as we get near the end of the pile. We're coming near the end of the season.
It's a short season this season because of all the digital videos we've received. So.
All right. See you next week.